Welcome to another Nations War, ladies and gentlemen. The match here in the round of 16, Mexico versus Finland. In the best of 7, starting to the bottom right of map number 1, we have Jim Rising for Mexico. Our Zerg player here with the opening game against a Zerg opponent. Starting to the top left, cross-positioned, we have the Finnish starting player. It is Pupu. And we have a pretty decent lineup there for Finland with Welmu and Cyril only waiting to get their chance. For Mexico, on the other hand, we have Maker and, of course, Juanito. We have good old Major in there as well, and they both want to get their chance to take down Finland and advance to the round of 8. So it's actually going to be pretty awesome to see which team is going to take the lead here. So far the Nation Wars matches have been absolutely amazing. Last week was brilliant, very cool matches, even though I screwed up the results of the wars earlier on when I was trying to talk about them just a little bit. But especially Sweden had some really nice games there. Moro completely destroying their opponent's team. It was pretty amazing to see that, especially for someone who has known Moro for a long time. It was pretty cool to see him do so well. For now we have a Zerg versus Zerg opening with a hatch first for Pupu apparently, going straight for that. And Jim Rising on the bottom right, he instead starts things off with a spawning pool here on this cross position on the map. You can really see the difference in APM, by the way. We have currently like 72 for Pupu, doesn't really care about the APM spam, whereas Jim Rising here is spiking at 400, 400 at times. So yeah, Pupu, the more relaxed guy, the guy who isn't really that much. I mean, if you live in Mexico and you live like in one of those drug-riddled streets and you might be shot by a gang member like any second, or one of the big drug cartels is trying to hunt you down, you have to be quick on your feet, and that means that Jim Rising is, of course, like a little bit hyperactive here and just goes for that. Stupid jokes aside, the APM, of course, only a little bit of an indicator of good a player's mechanics really are. In the end, if you're above like 150, I think usually you're fine, and a lot of players in the early game would just say like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. And that's especially true for the Finnish players, which are usually very relaxed. Elfie can probably tell you quite a bit about that. He's kind of famous for having a very low APM, and that's something that Pupu is currently running here as well. So we'll find out in the end if APM is really everything or not. Jim Rising versus Pupu, a pretty decent game for that, I guess. The expansion now, of course, also started for Jim Rising. Bottom right, we have him at this point where this hatch started. And to the top left, another thing that we see here is for Pupu currently just trying to get his queen out, the first one that is. And let's see how that's going to work out for him. I mean, with the expansion that we already have in the game, this is, of course, for both of them, just testing the waters here a little bit as well. That's what you really wanted to do. You want to make sure that you get a good economy, especially on a big map like this. A couple of Lings already running in, so he's really trying to make a bit of an aggression here, Jim Rising, with a bit more aggressive move into the main base. But the harvester count is still identical. In terms of units killed, nothing really happened there just yet. The Queen's blocking the ramp. That's actually quite a couple of Lings, and he's getting one of them, isn't he? Yeah, he's taking down Queen number 1. Tried to escape there for a second, but also a little bit of a victory for Jim Rising already here. At the bottom right, we have Zerglings also rushing into the main base of the Mexican player. But Pupu so far definitely losing that one Queen, killing a couple of Zerglings in the process. But a pretty aggressive opening here after all, with just a few Zerglings by Jim Rising, trying to not even move back and secure his Lings. But tell like, alright, I'm gonna poke a little bit, test the waters and see what you're gonna do against me. And the loss of the Queen is the result. 2 Zerglings as well against 6. Definitely the better move there for Jim Rising. Pupu now currently still on 3 Queens against 3. Rebuild, of course, the few that he lost there. And we have the creep already started to spread by Jim Rising, getting the gas now all the way at the bottom as well. Going straight for the, well, the first evolution chamber. That's going to be an ugly as well, by the way, unless he kills that one tumor. It's going to be pretty ugly. We're going to find out if he is able to pull that off. But Overlords are being hunted down, and that Overlord is gonna go down. Yeah, this one is not gonna survive. Queen moves in, and Pupu loses an Overlord there now too, so that's a bit annoying for him. The speed is, on the other hand, faster. You can really see that there's no upgrade started for Jim Rising just yet. So let's see how exactly that's going to work out for him, because it looks more and more like we're going to have straight the roaches. And look at that, dodging that creep tumor here. So let's see. Bottom right of the map, all we currently see is the +1/+1 for Jim Rising, as already imagined. We do not have the Roach Warren, by the way. We don't have that, right? I didn't miss that. No, there it is. Okay, Roach Warren has been started at this point, and well, this is gonna get pretty interesting because with the timing that we see here for him, Poo is gonna be in quite some trouble. He's going for the attack upgrade and the armor upgrade here as well. The problem that you have if you play Lings against the Roach player is that once that +1 attack upgrade hits for the Roach player, your Zerglings get two-shotted by your opponent. On the other hand, though, if you have the armor upgrade, you kind of negate that, so you make up for it. But Jim Rising is doing a pretty decent job at expanding, attacking. I mean, he has a lair attack already halfway done. He's playing this pretty greedy. Like, there's no army or no nothing. He's just droning up, getting his tech out there, the upgrades, getting another base as well. He has no means of defending that. But if Poo doesn't put pressure on, then it's going to be pretty difficult for him later on in the game, as Jim Rising will then take the lead in economy. Problem, of course, for Poo is, well, he gets a third base now on his own. He doesn't really know that there's a third yet for his opponent, but still, with a third way already on the way for him, it's going to be fine for him. At this point, we currently see also the queens just trying to creep a little bit. More and more Lings are being built. Even a macro hatch is currently produced in the main base. And there we have it. We have therefore a lot of lava available to him. And roaches now currently at the bottom right of the map. We have 14 roaches so far, and once you hit a pretty decent number of roaches, you can fend off the Lings. But that's a lot of Zerglings that are on the way there, and they are streaming straight towards that base. And is he going for it? Oh, he tries to go into the main base instead. Nope, the queens are already there. Too many roaches. He cannot break through. Sends another set of units over there to the third on the other hand, and that is going to go down really fast. He needs to make sure that he walks in a little bit more with the roaches and take those Lings down. Might just barely be able to hold that. Wow! A few queen transfuses would be nice on the other hand, or another Zergling run by is going to finish this base off. The 1-1 is already done, and that actually saved the base here because the armor upgrade wasn't completed, so the roaches could two-hit the units. And where are my injects? Come on, girl, do it. You know you want to. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Hit it hard. Come on. Hit that inject. Nope. Nope, the queen is refusing to save the hatch, and that will most likely result in a snipe at some point. There's already an attempted snipe. That's going to fail. Armor upgrade is by now done, but too many roaches in position. Another run in over here. Poo really trying to just make two forces work. He's trying to go for the multitasking and really sending units into the natural, into the third base. A style that probably works pretty well for him on ladder 2. If you have even multitasking with that, you can do quite a lot of damage. The 2-2 upgrades, they're not started for Jim Rising just yet. He's going for the armor attack upgrade on the other hand. Ah, that a girl. That's my girl right there. Look at that. Actually used the transfuses on the hatch to save it. Lings trying to run in once again. Moving for it straight away. And yeah, Lings everywhere. But you guys, in terms of resources lost, I mean, look how many Zerglings he already lost. He lost 59. He didn't kill anything with this. He might be able to get the base after all, and yes, pulls that off. But at this point, I was not even sure if that was worth it, especially with the roaches now suddenly streaming across map and putting pressure on Poo as well. Jim Rising has a massive lead in supply. He's at 98 army supply against 36, losing this many harvesters, this many Zerglings at the beginning against a player who goes straight for roaches, and the upgrade is simply not worth it. He even skipped the speed upgrade for the Zerglings here, just pushing his way in. The roach numbers are 44 against 6. Jim Rising, Mexico, about to claim the first win in this particular Nation Wars match. Great play by Jim Rising so far. Poo trying to go for the double aggression with his multitasking. It didn't work out for him in the end. It is Jim Rising that takes the game and brings Mexico in the 1-0 lead against Finland.